Hey gang, what's good? It's Wes, and I'm here with something very special. My good friends over at Ugee sent me one of their Ugee UT3 Trio Pads to look at and review for you guys. So yeah, I've spent about a week with this bad boy, done a lot of cool work, done a lot of cool like gaming and other stuff on it too. So I have my thoughts. I want to break down exactly what this is and why I recommend it if you're on the lookout for a nice, affordable, portable Android device. So yeah, the UT3, the Trio Pad, a really interesting device. So I am kind of a homebody. I don't do a lot of traveling. However, when I do travel, I need something a little bit more substantial than like my, cell phone or something to be able to do art on the go. And I think that's kind of where Ugee and I kind of got along. We talked a little bit about it, and they thought I'd be a good fit to take a look at their pad. Namely, this is kind of aimed at artists. So it makes a lot of sense that they would reach out to me, and I have some overall thoughts on it. So I've used it for about a week. They did ship it from China, and it shipped really well, really easily, and like really securely. And yeah, I wasn't worried. Whenever I saw the box after I unpacked it out of everything, I wasn't worried about anything being damaged or cracked or whatever. It shipped super well. But what you're seeing right here is a little bit of an unboxing. And I will say the packaging is great. It's very clean. It's sleek. You can actually tell exactly what everything is by the little icons and the little, iconography that they have on the inside. So a really clean presentation. It's my understanding that this is kind of the second version of the UT3 pad. I think this one has a little bit better of a lithium ion battery in it, so it's faster charging, which we'll talk about in a minute. But overall, really clean presentation. Very impressed whenever I was opening up the box. It came with a nice artist glove, the little gloves with the only the two fingers on the end so you don't smudge the screen, which, that means you're a real artist. If you got the artist glove, it means you're a pro. So I'm glad it came with that. The only few things that I thought whenever I opened it up, number one, whenever it came with like this little metal thing. And at first when I saw it, I didn't know what it was, but I thought it was some sort of clamp for the folio holder for the stylus pen. You know what I mean? Something to like latch onto it. But that is not what that is. What that is the stylus pen has nibs on the point, of course, where you actually touch onto the tablet itself. So that is a nib extractor. So if you need to change out the nib, and it does come with some replacements in the box, if you need to change out that nib for any reason, you just use that little deal and like claw down on the end and pull out, and then you can actually insert the new nib in there as well, which was really cool. And this is a USB-C powered device. So, I know I have tons of USB-C cables around. I have like 10-foot cables and 6-foot cables. The one that came with the device, in my opinion, is a little small. It's a little too short. It's only about 3, maybe 3.5 feet long. I know if you're the type that likes to keep your device like plugged in while you're working, you may want to go out and get another USB-C cable just to make sure that you have the length that you need. Because yeah, I don't see a situation, unless you're maybe at a hotel room or something and you're at the desk and they have the outlets right next to the desk. If that's your work setup, then you should be good if you want to keep this thing plugged in. But really the thing about this is its portability. It comes with the folio. And, earlier I mentioned, hey, I thought that the little nib extractor was a way to keep the stylus on the device. Well, whenever I realized that it was the nib extractor, I was like, oh, wait, well, is there nowhere on the folio to hold the stylus? Because I know me. I have little ones around the house. They like to like dig into stuff, of course. But really, I know me. I'm going to lose that stylus. If it's just kind of willy-nilly hanging out and you try to keep it next to it or whatever, if it rolls off a desk or, what have you, I'm worried I'm going to lose this thing, right? But the good news is it has like an internal magnet, and it actually magnetizes to the device, like to the tablet, which is really cool. And they were very smart. That team at Ugee, they got it figured out, man. If you put the stylus on the bottom of the tablet, let's say you have it on the folio and it's standing up, you can put it at the bottom of the folio and it will click, into the magnetize itself to the tablet. And then you can close the folio. There's plenty of room to have your stylus and the device all in one thing. It doesn't, it's not shaking around, it's not moving around. It's very nice and secure. So you can easily put it in a briefcase. You can just carry it with the folio itself. It's 14.25 inches, which on paper I was like, oh, that seems about right. This is bigger than I thought it would be. Whenever I started holding it, I was like, this thing is substantial. You're going to see me, do some painting, of course, but I also wanted to play some games on it, which we'll talk about. And I wanted to read some ebooks and comics and manga and all that stuff. I have a big library of that stuff. So it's always great to be able to take that with you, especially, whenever you're traveling, if you're on a work trip or whatever. And that way you just have everything right there. Huge screen. Like ridiculously big screen. I've never had a better time reading through Blom and my like Conan the Barbarian comics and stuff. Like all the stuff on my Kindle works great, right? And also the gaming performance on this thing is pretty legit. So since it is an Android device, I was able to very easily sync up my Google account, and I have an Android phone. So a lot of purchases I've made on the Play Store, they're on my account, and they work on this on the Trio. So yeah, whenever I started like downloading stuff, and I downloaded some games, I downloaded different apps and things like that, they were all working without a hitch. And I can tell you, it is glorious to have some of these games with such a huge screen right there. Like I could see myself watching movies. I could see really using this thing. I do think it's going to be my main travel device whenever I go to work conferences or, anywhere else that I might be traveling with the family. This would be a great thing to bring because it has the size, it has the performance. It's really, really good. And the other thing that really surprised me about this thing is how fast it charges. So when I got it out of the box, it was at like 7%, right? To get it to 100% charged with the USB-C cable and the attached power brick that it had, it took about 49 minutes. So it took less than 1 hour to fully charge it. And the great thing is I've had it on standby. So I haven't powered it down yet. I've had it on standby for the past 3.5 days, and it has gone down 2%, at 98% right now. I checked it right before I started recording. Unbelievable. So yeah, I think on the website it says that it has a standby time of 160 hours. I believe it. I completely believe it. I might even be more than that. And it says the charge time is 1 hour. And yeah, I fully believe that too. So I will have a link to the official store page where you can do your own purchases and stuff like that, but it's going to have all of those spec sheets set out. So the main feature, I know I talked about some performance and stuff like that, but one of the main features I want to talk about, which really sets this apart in a really cool way, is the reason it's called Trio. And that is the 3 different screen modes that it has. So you can go from your full color, kind of full spectrum RGB, very bright, very vivid look, to something that's a bit more kind of a desaturated, almost what I would consider a retro comic book look. Let's see. On the device itself, it is called color paper mode. That's what it is. So color paper mode is almost this nice desaturated retrograde look, which might save on battery because I know the screen brightness goes down a little bit as well. And then there's also called an ink paper look, which is really great if you're just reading your ebooks for low light levels. Let's say it's nighttime, everyone else is asleep. Maybe you're in the bed, you want to read some of your book. The screen's huge, so it's very vivid and really nice to look at. But with that nice ink mode on, it looks great. And you can easily change between these there's a button at the very top right. You have your power button on the left, you have your volume buttons, and then over on the other side, you have your switcher button, which switches you through your 3 screen modes. Whenever you click it once, it'll pop up a menu, and you can select it right from the menu which paper mode you would like. Super easy to use. I really kind of stay with the full gamut mode. Everything I do, I kind of require the full spectrum of RGB on there. So that's the one I have used this whole time, and I think that's the one that takes the most juice. It takes the most power. And I have still had great luck with battery life. Like I said, the battery just charges so fast that you could charge this like on your lunch break. Let's say you take it to work, you're working during the day, you take your half hour or hour lunch break. By the time you're done, you're basically back up, if not back up, to full 100% capacity, which is wild. But overall, yeah, I'm trying to think of thoughts on this thing. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for an Android device, if you're looking for something affordable in the space, if you're looking for something that really does have a variety of options for you, so no matter how you want to use it, if you want to use it as strictly a painting device, you can do that. But if you wanted it more as your general entertainment device, maybe put on some video streaming, watch your YouTube videos, watch, whatever you'd like. And also have some games on the side, maybe some ebooks, comics, manga, what have you. There's kind of something for everyone here. And it comes with the folio. It's packaged really well. I know their customer service is on point. Anytime I reached out with them, like during the review process, they were able to answer me definitely within the one business day, but really it was within like 30 minutes. But that was my experience. Your results may vary, but I've had great luck with the team over at Ugee. They have been incredibly helpful with any questions I may have had. So I know they're going to be taking care of you too. But overall, yes, do I recommend the UT3, the Trio Pad from our friends at Ugee? I'm giving it a double thumbs up. If you need that Android device, if you want something that can handle all your painting needs, is actually set up to be able to work with your Google device on the cloud, send some stuff, like let's say you send a work in progress that you have on your main workstation, you have to travel, you send it to your Google Drive, get on your Trio Pad, you download it from the drive, you open it up in whatever painting program you'd like to use. Let's say you export it out or save it out that way, save it back to your drive, open it on your main workstation. That kind of flexibility in your workflow is just like, mwah, it's chef's kiss, man. But yes, highly recommend this pad. And thank you to our friends at Ugee for sending me the pad to review. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help. If I don't have an answer, I can direct you over to the Ugee, kind of the customer service line or whatever. But yeah, I've used some mobile devices in the past. This ranks very, very, very highly on that list of the ones that I would go to if I was spending my money on a digital device that I want to take with me on the go to be able to do a myriad of different things. The Ugee UT3, pretty high on that list. So hope this helps. If you're into it, click on, I got some links in the description that help support the channel as well. And once again, big shout out to our friends over at Ugee for sending the device over for testing and for review. And until we meet again, which we will very, very soon, go out there, make cool art, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.